and welcome back. We begin the night before the morning that our story begins at the Pacific Club, where Maximilian Johnson is entertaining a crowd of well-to-do London society members with tales of his adventures. We're here in this lovely, well-respected gentleman's club. The walls have been decorated with, I think, oil paintings of sights from, around the world. We've got deeds of daring do, proud, very British gentlemen wrestling tigers and standing imposingly on rocks in front of scenes that are the artist's impression of a place that they couldn't quite get to. We've got, I think, probably some crossed sabres on the wall. I'd say one or two exotic animal heads that have been brought back from distant locations, all as part of the vibe of the Pacific, of this aura of adventure and exoticism to be enjoyed by those who haven't really gone any further than Piccadilly. But Maximilian is not alone in entertaining the crowd this evening, because he's brought along a friend from the world of high-class London entertainment. The man of many capes, the legend himself. Could not be with him this night, so he found Ignatius instead. So yes, the two of you are, in your own ways, providing entertainment for this evening. What would you be doing? What would be your choice of how to engage the crowd? How to, it's quite, there's quite a few people, but it's all quite a low key. We're sipping port and brandy, sort of chatting in groups. This is
he would not go for his crazy spectacle entertainment. Although, to correct you gently, Keeper, Ignatius is the man of many capes, and that does make him a legend. So he would, of course, go to an area where people are hanging out, drinking. They're not necessarily engaged with anything else. He's not trying to steal anybody else's limelight. And he would wait for a lull in the conversation to introduce himself. He would, good evening. I am Ignatius the Vivacious, Ignatius the Humble, Ignatius the Kind, Ignatius the Entertainer. And I would do a light little twirl, let my capes in all their magnificence do their thing. And then I would pull out a deck of cards and say, pick a card, any card, and we'd take it from there.
Okay, I want you to give me a roll for how well tonight's performance of magic goes.
Just a normal success.
Success? Not the greatest, but a solid success. The crowd seem entertained, they seem engaged. You are truly entertaining. And as you're performing for the crowd, you can see over towards the doors, and you can see the owner of the Pacific Club sort of nodding and sort of looking pleased with the new entertainment of the evening. Like, when you first began, you saw a wariness in his eyes, but Theodore seems relieved that you've not done anything.
I'm reading the room, and I might sit down once I've won them over. I might sit down and say, do like another trick here, another trick there, tell like a story which I have just absolutely positively ripped off and barely changed from like a folk tale or a penny dreadful or something. Stylized it a little bit, entertained it, that type of thing. But I'm not going, full Ignatius has not been activated yet.
So as Ignatius's act draws to the end, we pan over to Maximilian, who has been entertaining others in the room. Perhaps your story fell silent for a while whilst Ignatius was doing his act, but as you pick up again, what tale are you telling this evening?
Well, I think most of the tales this evening, as I'm, bringing Ignatius over and introducing him, would probably be some tall tale about me meeting him somewhere in India. And just why, where the exoticness of his craft comes from, and he's been learning the whole thing, because obviously otherwise he wouldn't be here, right? If he was just a normal street magician, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So obviously I would have spun a tall tale about Ignatius being some of some Indian.
I was the apprentice. You met me during my apprentice days.
Yes.
Of course. When I had to charm the 7 snakes of the 7 seas on the 7th hour of the 7th day, the 7th minute, and the 7th second. It was very precise.
Exactly. Oh boy.
So, yes. I think we'll have a roll for how well your story is going down. Do you have a particular skill for this, or is this essentially...
Can
I assist?
Talk?
I was going to say this sounds like a fast talk. Yeah, if Ignatius is playing along, then yes, you can have a bonus die for this. He's he's a physical prop for your tale.
Sure, with a bonus die, fast talk. Where are we with the whole thing? Wow. That is impressively bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the whole thing the necessary...
If you want to spend luck...
15 luck to at least make this a success. This should be not too bad, right?
If you want to spend 15 luck here, you can do. Are you sure you wish to do that?
Yeah, I think it's better to not slide the London high society like this.
In which case, yes, the story goes down well. And as that evening draws to a close, Theodore Holcomb, the owner of the club, comes over to the two of you, offers his hand to Ignatius. That was a really good performance. Well done. He turns. It was
light work. It was light.
And he turns to Maximilian and he says, "That's a good find, good recommendation. You have any more friends who are as entertaining as this one, then it would be a delight to see at the club."
Almost as entertaining.
I'm fairly certain that there are others that are as entertaining, but I think they are more on the type that would find a library entertaining. So I'm not sure if they're correctly placed here.
Yes, a library is all well and good, but most people don't come to the Pacific Club to read.
Indeed.
There are other clubs and societies for the more literary, hidebound types.
I think so too.
Books are boring, and for boring people, the Pacific Club is for greatness and those who have a zest for existence.
Indeed. Thank you. You're very complimentary. Well,
I speak only the truth.
I look forward to seeing both of you gentlemen here again in the future. And obviously...
Ignatius, away! And then he just goes off.
As Ignatius... I just picturing him like a cartoon, like vampire.
Like Darkwing Duck with
perfect.
Yeah, Theodore's eyes sort of follow him out the door as he looks at Maximilian and goes, "Not quite what I expected."
Well, eccentric.
Yes, but...
And entertaining.
A different form of eccentric. He seems more... what's the word? It escapes me, but less threatening than I might imagine for a magician associated with the esoteric.
as far as I'm aware, there's still nothing odd about his magic. And I think it's gonna stay that way.
A relief to hear that. Well, if it should become in any way odd, please keep me appraised of the details.
I will. If he does something odd while I'm not, seeing anything and you notice, do tell me as well.
Oh, I will do so. Good night.
There's a lot of stuff happening, and it's a lot.
So, as that night draws to the close, the next morning is the morning of the 25th of October, and before the society convenes that day, there are some members of the society who have other hobbies and tasks. Elsie, is today a morning for painting or a morning for German?
German, I think.
Yeah, so we pick up with Elsie as she's just reaching the end of her German class. So how long has Elsie been studying German?
A week or two?
Okay, so we're still on the beginning. We're learning, I guess, days of the week, how to say good morning, good evening, counting. Well, and some basic grammar in there as well, I believe, with your new German tutor. Oh, now I've got to pluck a name. Can I have a random but believable German name, please?
Johann.
No.
We already had one of those. That's just going to create confusion.
She is what's a Fräulein
Katharina Weishaupt.
Okay. Fräulein Katharina Weishaupt. Your new German teacher. And she's just drawing the lesson to a close. This morning, and so good. Yes, you're coming along nicely. If you keep practicing, and we'll have a fluent speaker of you in no time at all.
I hope so. I've been wanting to learn for a little while, so thank you.
Tell me, why German? It is not, most of the fashionable young ladies are the French or French.
Well, I was quite taken with a German gentleman not too long ago, though he's left to return home. I still would like to learn the language.
After attracting another handsome German gentleman should one stray your direction. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that. As you are leaving her house and stepping out into the cold October day, the wind picks up and sort of plucks at the edge of... Well, I assume Elsie is wearing a hat. She has a respectable Victorian lady. So it plucks at the edge of your hat, which would hopefully be pinned at your head, but as the wind tugs at your hat, you see another woman's hat come barreling down the street towards you, just blown over in the wind, and you hear a young woman's voice. Oh, Dan! Somebody! That's my hat! My hat!
I will try to catch it if it is within reach.
Make me a dexterity roll, please.
That's a hard success.
Yeah, you catch the hat as it goes flying past. Oh, thank you. A rather frazzled young woman, probably about 19 or so, 19, 20, comes running up to you. Oh. Thank you.
Did it loosen your pin?
I forgot to pin it on this morning. I've been holding it all day. It keeps blowing off.
I am going to look in my pockets and reticule and see if I have a spare pin.
Make me a luck roll, please.
And I do not.
You do not, unfortunately, have a spare pin with you today. Oh, there we go. That should... Oh, no. Okay. Well, thank you. Hey, have we met? Were you at, Mrs. Winterbourne's garden party last summer? No? No? Or the,
Last summer?
Oh, maybe I'm mistaking you for someone else.
I'm sorry.
I've got a terrible memory for faces.
What was your name?
Oh, Janet. Janet Carterhouse.
Jenica. I'm Elsie Smith.
Oh, lovely to meet you. And you hear a voice. Janet, Janet, where have you gone? Janet, get back in the carriage. Oh, sorry, my governess. She doesn't like me walking. I think she's afraid that I'll blow away. I'll get carried off by ne'er-do-wells in Mayfair, as if this was some dangerous part of the East End and the nicest part of London. Anyway,
well, I mean, you lost your hat.
Well, don't. Yes, you are very right. Anyway, it was lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
And she goes scampering back to the carriage. Would Elsie, on this brisk, cold, windy morning, be walking home or hailing a hansom cab? It's only a couple of streets around the corner to the society.
I think I'd walk.
As you walk, it's a cold October day. The wind is plucking sort of the last of the leaves from the plane trees. And you arrive back at 18 Grosvenor Square, the home of the London Esoteric Society. You can hear the hustle and bustle of servants preparing for people they're expecting for lunch. For a little bit of a society meeting later that day. But unless Elsie has anything she wishes to do upon her return.
Maybe set her notebook and lessons book up in her desk in her room. She'll just go about doing whatever normally happens.
Okay, as you're setting up upstairs, we catch up with the last member of the society for this evening. John Greaves, carrying out a peaceful morning's work at the King's College Library. Amidst the comforting surround of books, the sound of pages being turned, and people talking in hushed whisper.
Well, books and such. So far, it's a normal morning.
So far, it's a normal morning. You are... Is it the day you've been given a task in one of the main library wings? What do librarians do for most of the day when they're not just suffer?
Well, there's
roaming
all
the
sorts of
shelves.
yeah, there's shelves, all sorts of sorting and recategorizing, and putting back the books that people just so carelessly leave out.
Yeah, so many people, students at the university, they're just studying a book and then they've wandered off and left the book lying there, abandoned on the table.
And there's always the accountancy involved in buying new books and replacing the ones that have been damaged by students.
All too many of them. Botting up library fines.
Exactly.
You're going about this business when a young man who looks to be one of the students comes wandering up to you. Excuse me, sir, are you the librarian here?
I am. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a book or some books.
We have a wide selection.
Yes, yeah, I've been coming here looking for things. I'm looking for books on, like, magic.
What sort of magic?
Like,
I mean, there are many different genres. I mean, do you mean like stage magic, or
like
practical magic, or do you mean
real magic? Like books by people who think they're talking about real magical stuff.
I mean like occult magic?
Yeah, but not like ghosts. Like proper magic, like, you know.
Oh, proper magic. Well, in that case, I'll start leading them over to the section that has the appropriate literature.
I don't mean like folklore, like people talking about it. I mean like.
Well, what sort of magic, though? I mean, do you mean
like witches and like
fairy folk,
curses and fairies and like evil dream monsters?
Wait, dream monsters?
Yes, like evil dream monsters. Yes.
I believe we do have one or two of those.
Oh, good. Thank you.
And any particular reason you're researching this? Is something else I can help you with?
Just curiosity.
This tends to lead you to many other things. So if I can be of assistance, please let me know.
I'm writing a book.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yes. About dream monsters and wizards.
Well, I'm not very familiar with wizards, except for some of the just fictional tales, but I think I can help you out.
Excellent. Yeah. For the ease of your helping out, I've been making everyone else make rolls, so please give me a library use roll. Let's see.
There's no letters about, are there?
How useful this librarian is today.
Okay.
A success. Yes, you are able to find him the sort of books it seems like he's looking for. At least. Books
Does he?
Of the occult nature, that the kind that this library would keep.
Okay. Does he continue, once he finds these books, does he continue asking for things more that might be on the Esoteric Society's reading list?
He takes basically he takes every book you recommend and like sits down at a desk in the middle of the library with like this stack of books around him and starts to flip through them. Reading.
All right, well, I'll let you to your books. Let me know if you need anything else, and then I'll keep an eye on him from time to time.
Okay, the morning passes by and he carries on reading, and you see the clock ticking. And you aren't due to be at the society for lunch. It's up to you whether you want to stay here to keep an eye. There are on your readers. There are other librarians around to ensure that no books are stolen, damaged, burnt, or otherwise offended.
Well, I will ask one of my assistants to keep an eye on him, and then I'll just go say, I have to step out for a bit, but if you have any other questions, I point out some of the other reference librarians that are about. And could I get you, in case I need to get in contact with you, or you need to get in touch with me? What's your name?
John. John Table.
Okay. Is there a roll I can make to just stop to not laugh out loud?
To not laugh out loud. I don't know. Just make me unless you could think of a suitable. I guess it's just like a fast talk, a deception roll, and keeping a straight face roll.
Okay.
No, you can't keep a straight face at John Table.
John Table, really? You might pick a better pen name.
Table how? You don't
Fine.
know?
Fine. Well, in case you need to ask for me, mine is John Greaves.
Oh.
And I
Sure?
am head librarian, so I can help you with pretty much anything you need. Like I said, I have to step out, but I'll be back later.
Thank you. Okay, so as you head over to the society, and Ignatius and Maximilian, after their late night, do likewise, you'll pick up upon everyone's arrival as some coats are being taken, you're being shown through upstairs to the parlour, where Elsie awaits. D'Angelo is currently off doing research. Mortimer is either selling books or doing medicine, or otherwise busily engaged in other business. So it's just the 4 of you here today for the Society's meeting and updating of business. As you gather in the parlour, lunch will be served shortly, but you have time beforehand to discuss as you wish.
Well, it's good to see all of you here.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
And to see you're still in one piece.
Physically.
I mean, the crowd's has been nice to him.
Maximilian, you're a great storyteller, by the way.
What? We clearly met in India. I don't know what you're talking about. This was not a story. This was totally a real account of things that happened.
Yes. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
You were at the Pacific Club. Didn't mean to go there at some point.
It's a strange form of pimping that was happening there, but it was interesting.
Technically, I was pimping out you.
I know. That's what makes it strange. Usually I am more expensive. Regardless, it was fun. It was enjoyable. I like the card tricks, a couple tales, drinking some brandy, things of that sort. It was relaxed. Is it usually that relaxed? Is it sometimes rowdier there, Max?
No, it's always like fairly relaxed, fairly civilized, and you can tell basically anything that looks odd, and they'll be grabbing it out of you.
Yeah, I agree. Elsie, how are you? It's been a while.
I'm well.
Good.
I have new lessons I'm taking.
Oh, like what?
Language.
Any particular language?
German, yes.
Oh. Do you just want to sound angry? Because it's a harsh language. Like English is a delicate, loving, kind language. German is harsh and brutal. It's like 2 rocks smashing into each other with flints and sparks flying, and then you're burning down the house, and then there's a giant fighting a dragon. Ah!
I would have thought that you would have said it sounded more like me.
No, because you are you have a lot of decorum and grace, a verbal agility, a mental dexterity. Whereas German is like two huge continents waging war upon one another.
Not necessarily, but aside from that, what other languages should I possibly learn?
Anything else? A sweet French?
I already know French.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mandarin, mayhaps. I'm just saying German, it's like...
I don't know if there's any... is that? Well, I guess I could look into possibly learning Mandarin after I've learned German.
If you want to speak German, just grunt loudly and gesticulate, and eventually figure out what you're going for. Watch, I'll do it now. See? German. Fluent.
That's not what Johann sounded like.
Well, maybe they're not very good at it. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough free education. I feel as if we should never speak of this conversation again. I bought some new capes.
What materials?
Italian silk.
All of them?
I was half sober. I hand you like 3 of them. I'm wearing them.
Are they all the same material, just different color, or?
One's purple, one's a brighter purple, one is the brightest purple.
You should look into diversifying the fabrics that you own.
Probably.
I hand them back.
I mean, so nice though. I mean, they feel nicer than German sounds, so you don't have to be so rude. Anyway, point is, I have news. And, I have found a magic tutor. I'm taking lessons as well.
What kind of magic?
Useful magic.
Continue.
Esoteric magic.
Ah. Well, at least it fits in with the society.
Yes, societal magic. Abner's teaching me.
What?
What?
Who?
Who? What?
Did you say Abner?
Huh? Who said what? See, It sounds like you're speaking German for a moment. Abner's teaching me.
No, if I were doing that, I'd just ram 5 or 6 words together.
Oh, who's on second? What's on? Yeah, Abner's teaching me.
Wasn't he the?
Yes, he was.
Well, she didn't even get to ask her a question. How uncouth, my fellow librarian. I'm not a librarian, and Ignatius is sweating bullets. Like at this point.
I don't remember him being the most savory of gentlemen, Ignatius.
I'm not the most savory of gentlemen, but you're
you're okay.
Thank you. It's a utilitarian. Okay, so this is what happened, John. I am what you might call a sensitive man. Okay. And I asked for magical tutoring from my brethren here in the society, and I was rebuked. And it hurt my feelings because I want to be more useful, and I also don't want to die.
These are mutually exclusive.
So I asked for help, and I was basically politely told to sit in the corner and be a good little boy. And that wounded my pride. I have a large ego. I mean, I should. I'm amazing, but still, the ego is large in and of itself. So I went to Abner and I told him that I would, give him some information on what I knew about the occult and all of that. And and whatnot, and he would teach me spells.
Mm-hmm. Do you know the names of any of these?
We haven't started. When I got back, it dawned upon me that you might be mad at me.
If you haven't started learning it, then you've done quite enough. Please don't.
But John, I don't want to die, and no one's helping me learn magic.
What did you offer him in exchange for these lessons?
Everything that I had personally gleaned about Midnight and my conversations with Midnight and that stuff. You know, let me take a look at the book. Huh? What?
Who is Midnight?
Midnight is the name I gave the god. Yeah, who's been torturing me and ruining my life for quite some time. Yes. I managed to like verbally joust with Midnight, so I think Midnight is a she. I don't really know if gender or sex applies to gods or entity. I think she's a she though. Anyway, there was a point where Midnight was basically like, well, you're boring. And, Maximilian, you look like you really want to say something, so I'm going to stop.
So, you know how we were in this labyrinth for you to get, your soul?
Yes, I was there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How do you think we're not helping you again?
No, it was helping me with the spells. I very specifically said helping me.
There is a reason they don't want that.
Well, right, but it's a bad reason. It's look, I have to how do I have permission to be blunt?
Sure.
Not okay. So a lot of times the way that this works is we'll be like, we have an idea, like we have a goal, we're gonna do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we start to do it. And randomly some folks are struggling more than others. It's like we all have our good days or bad days. Some tasks are suited to strengths and weaknesses, right? Okay, all right. So that's the non-controversial part. You can see he's like kind of like gliding with his capes, and he's trying to like accentuate the point. I don't really get to do a whole lot. Like, I am charming, and I talk us out of situations and bad things, and I'm quick on my feet, and sometimes I pull out the cards and I go "Ba-da-da!" and it gets hit somebody in the face, and I'm good at finding things and deduction, and I'm like a sexy mage detective guy. Like that I'm like Sherlock Holmes, but like
you want it to be blunt.
This is blunt for me because my wit is so sharp. But my point is that sometimes we just be fucking up, and we need more assets and things to happen. And I need to be able to do more. I also need to be able to protect myself because, for instance, Maximilian, when you're
feeling useless.
No, I am incredibly useful. I need to be more useful.
You know what? I'm gonna grab you on like your shoulder, and I'm gonna pull you out into the garden. You're gonna learn how to fight now.
I'm not good at fighting. That's why I need spells.
You're gonna get better. That's how this works. I'm gonna just pull you with me.
So as you pull me, I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting, but I am like, okay, now Maximilian, I do have one particular tactic that I'm very good at in these situations.
Sure.
Pocket card, and I'm gonna pull out a deck of cards and hit him in the face and try to get out of it, as we've done before.
I'm gonna just keep my hands closed.
Give me a roll, please.
It didn't work anyway. Holy shit, it did not even work.
I am muted.
Do I even need to roll
what I was saying. You can roll to dodge out the way of it, or you can roll to fight back, and essentially, if you get a success that beats his failure, you can...
Sure, I'm gonna...
As I say in the business, deck him one.
John, this is exactly why I need these spells.
No, this is exactly why you don't need them.
No, John, you're silly.
So as those two, as cards fly everywhere, as Maximilian strikes back against Ignatius, Elsie and John left behind as in the parlor as those two just go careening out the door towards the garden.
I think I would have followed after
definitely.
a couple of beats.
Like, I've got to see this.
Mr. Greaves, I think we should hire a couple of tutors in this range for him.
I think that's a sound idea.
I will turn and I will go speak with James about looking into and hiring a couple of, I guess, one for hand-to-hand combat and one for weapons combat.
Okay, so the plan is to do some research and hire some fighting tutors.
I'm going to scream. This literally didn't work in the labyrinth. Why would it work against anything else?
Hey, we got that, didn't we?
I just have to do. And he just says the thing. It comes from a visceral, raw place. More often than not, I have to help you all save me more than you help me. Who are you to tell me that I can't learn these spells? And he says it with such venom and such acid, and his face is twisted and just lips are curled. And he looks right at you, dead in the eye, Max. And he said, "And don't doubt your courage. I doubt the strength of flesh and bone against these things." And I spit on the ground. And I just say, "If you're going to beat me up to make you feel better, then beat me up. But all I'm trying to do is fucking live."
Good. I'm gonna keep telling you how to dodge stuff, because that's probably more important than you learning how to hit. Because that'll take a while.
Fast? You're old and slow. Ow.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure that you stay in the garden, and then I'm gonna, tell you how to dodge. And I'll try to teach you.
I need the spells.
I mean, if you're not, able to dodge, you're not gonna be able to use a spell. And the spells,
What?
I think
That's how that works at all. It's not part of the casting.
Look, I don't know which spells you should be learning or should not be learning. I'm gonna trust that on the brain boys.
I'm the brain boy.
Which is John and which is Mortimer.
Mortimer told me no.
You're the charisma boy.
No,
you're the convinced people of weird shit boy.
I am the brain and the charisma boy. I'm very talented. Look at my capes.
You're trying to convince me that you're very intelligent, and I'm just not gonna believe you on purpose.
Well, because you've already made up your mind. You can't.
Exactly.
Ignatius,
you can't.
What happened the last time you cast a spell?
Ree kept attacking me, and if I had more spells, I could have picked a better one. Thank you. I accept your concession.
Not how that was meant to go.
Well, you know what? Thank you for arguing very clumsily. Ow! Stop hitting me, Max! God!
You're supposed to be dodging.
I'm not good at it.
Ignatius, are you cooperating with this fighting lesson?
I don't have a choice. I'm just not doing very well. Like, there's no...
I'm going to say, are you cooperating with this fighting lesson, or is Maximilian just beating you up in the garden?
I'm trying to dodge. I mean, I'm just not good at it. Like,
the next most important question to this is Maximilian pulling his punches?
That was going to be my follow-up question, is are you trying... Yeah, you're pulling your punches.
I'm
you're
trying
not
to teach him to
trying
dodge.
to hurt him. Yes.
I mean, I might, the occasional.
We will
Max,
have a dodge roll from Ignatius to give the overall, essentially, how well is this general lesson going off, Ignatius, with the dodge roll? This isn't like a play-by-play of the fight. This is, are you learning here? Just yeah. By the time Maximilian's arms get tired, Ignatius, you don't really feel like you're necessarily any better at dodging than you were at the beginning. It took a long time for his arms to get tired.
Why are you so... Oh, Jesus. You... No.
While all this is going on, whilst the enforced fighting lesson in play, those two of you who are not engaging in fisticuffs, is there anything you wish to do? Or are you just watching?
I'm just watching. This is incredibly entertaining.
I will watch for a few minutes, go do something for a little while, come back, watch for a few minutes. And at that point where he was like, how are you still, you're so old, how are you still? I was like, he was in the military.
Yeah, well, my nipples hurt. He punched me in my nipple.
And at that point, I'll turn around and go do something else.
Have you ever been punched in the nipple, Elsie?
That kind of language is not appropriate around a young lady. calls Miss Plum from an upstairs window.
Your face is not appropriate anywhere except
we would not
a
expect
museum.
This kind of language here was you're a guest of this house, Mr. Emberath.
What is her name again?
Miss Plum.
Miss Plum?
Decorum would be nice.
Have you ever heard a knock-knock joke? Knock-knock?
What?
No, and then you say, who's there? Knock-knock.
Who's there?
I'm. And then you say, I'm who?
I'm who?
I'm sorry. I'll be a better house guest.
That is not particularly funny. But I'm sure your audiences must appreciate that your joke's better than I do.
Oh my God! I look at John and I give him the I have about 27 horrible things to say, and I can say about 28 of them in 3 seconds. Look.
I'm gonna look at Ignatius, completely baffled that he was able to speak the words "I'm sorry" on purpose, intentionally.
Not sarcastically. Max. Thank you for stop hitting me in my nipple.
Yeah.
It even says nipple quieter. Look, I'm trying. I'm actively trying to be a better, more dignified man. With that being said, my point is valid. I've always made valid points. We need magical prowess to survive. That is a fact. There is no logical rebuttal to that either. And I have one spell. It's a real strong, good one, but it's only one. And one of the spells that Abner offered to teach me was blood magic, so I could defend myself, not offensively, just defensively keep myself alive.
Did he apprise you of the cost?
Yes, John, I've said that 3 times, and I have sword nipples, so I am rather short, not just in stature, but in pain tolerance.
I think Mortimer knows that one.
Yeah.
Yes, I asked him to help me. He said no.
I'll talk to him.
Oh, great. Could have led with that, not with the right hook. Oh.
I'm gonna give you a big slap on the back, and then I'm gonna leave.
I accept this. I accept all of this. I have to accept this. I have to be accountable. Oh, God. It's like his fists are German. Oh.
Come in and have a scone. You love scones.
No, that was Augustus.
Keep confusing you.
I love brandy and dark-haired women that are flexible and very rich. Oh, God. Oh, I need to go to the bathroom before I have a repeat performance, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then I limp off to the bathroom. Oh, jeez. Why? Why did he hit me in my shoulder blade? How did he hit me in my shoulder blade?
Yeah, your cape should have shielded you from all that.
It's not made of lead. It's made of... James? It's not made of James. James? I have a question for you. I can't hear you, James. Very quiet.
Sorry, I was in the other room, sir. I didn't realize you couldn't hear me from there, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. How can I help, sir?
I think I need an ice bath.
I can
I don't need
manage
you to give me one. I need a tub filled with ice. Is that possible?
I can do a cold bath. It's a lot of ice to fill a bath with ice, sir.
I'm very small. But
I will send the footman down to
I'll just take the cold bath. Could you draw me a cold bath?
It is very cold.
Thank you. Also,
it is October and the water is
yes.
sufficiently cold, I believe, sir.
It's going to be quite terrible. Also, next question. Could you have somebody go get the laudanum for my quarters, please?
Fine,
Yes,
I will go get it for you.
Oh.
I've been brutalized by Maximilian.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
I deserved it. I own it. I did. He punched me in my shoulder blade.
That's quite unfortunate, sir.
I feel as if I'm dying on the inside.
You look as if you're dying on the outside too, sir. I will go and get that bath run for you.
And I'll come back with the laudanum.
I'm just happy I didn't shit myself. Oh. Anyway.
No, was this worse than your midnight performance?
No, that was horrible. That she cut me outside and inside. Twisted me up. She made my ribs touch and my shoulder blades squeeze. She made me watch my friends die again. This was just, I don't know, German justice. I don't understand why are his bones so hard, man? Oh,
also, Maximilian isn't German. That was the last guy.
I know, but it's like he is German. I have specifically said it's like he is German.
Anyway, after that truly unexpected incident, is there anything people wish to do with their afternoon whilst they're at the society, or do you have other things to return to, other business to attend to?
Well, I will mention to everyone that there's the student, I think, at uni who was researching some occult books on magic. You need to go back and check on him.
What? Wait, what? He was doing what?
He was asking for books about magic. I tried to push him off onto things like stage magic and Ignatius.
What type of magic? What type of magic, John?
He's kind of beating around the bush with it, but he's kind of asking about the sort of things you're looking into.
Wait, like magic, like sleep and stuff.
Yeah, kind of.
Like dreams, John?
Well,
John, did he say dream?
He did not, that I remember, anyway. But he was kind of very general and vague with his literature request as well as his name, John Tabletop.
What moron came up with John Tabletop? What a mouth-breathing loser.
I just let it go.
I'm going with you. We'll
Awesome.
take a carriage.
Okay.
Where I am sore. Would any else would like to? Also, Elsie, you look rather lovely today.
Thank you.
Maximilian.
Hi. How's your back doing?
I think you know actually better than I do how my back is doing, but I did want. No, you don't. You slap me in my back. Damn it. Oh.
I've spoken with James, and James will be looking into martial tutors for you.
Oh.
How
wonderful. I am so happy.
I was thinking one in hand to hand, and then one with weapons.
Oh, guns. Those sound fantastic because you don't get
Not
punched when you have
necessarily
guns.
guns. I mean, it depends on which weapons you would want to learn. I
Guns.
myself know rifles,
Oh,
but
I'm so happy you haven't shot me yet. Emphasis on yet. Hold on 1 second. I feel my ribs moving. Oh, that might have just been my spleen. Anyway, I am so thankful. John and I are going to the library to see if there's an idiot child who wants to learn about magic. God, that feels ironic. Is there would you like to join us? Oh, no, my ribs are moving. I think one of them is floating. Like the stars in the abyss of the night sky. Huh. I pass.
I think I'll need to go
that
to
might
the.
be your last rib, which actually is supposed to be a floating rib. It's
One
connected
eye
by
opens.
cartilage in the back and not connected in the front.
Oh,
That's normal.
carry me. And I do upsies to Maximilian. Carry me to the carriage, please.
I'm gonna grab you below your butt and chuck you over my shoulder and carry you to the carriage.
You know, this isn't the worst position I've been in with a big, strong man. Thank you, Maximilian.
So
I'll talk
is
to Malcolm about.
everyone going to the library, or is so Elsie staying behind, Maximilian staying behind? It's just Ignatius and John. Is that correct?
Yeah, Maximilian needs to go to the Pacific Club again. He's got a couple of questions.
Okay, and Elsie, do you have any other business you'd wish to be getting on with, or are you just trying to stay out of that way?
I'm going to stay out of there mostly. I was thinking of taking a walk with Miss Plum for a little bit before or after, maybe possibly reading up some of the books that I haven't gotten to finish reading.
A walk and some light reading. Maximilian going to the club. And
light.
Some deeply heavy and scarring reading. Have a look at the list and decide what is your choice of book for the day for when you get back from your walk. Yeah, you set off on a nice brisk walk in the cold, windy weather. Maximilian heads over to the Pacific Club, and the carriage pulls up at King's College Library. And John, you head back into the library with Ignatius into this hush and quiet space.
John. Hey, John.
What?
Okay, so I'm going to use my stunning charisma and vast intellect to try to elicit information from Mr. Tabletop.
Good plan.
Okay, and then if we happen to stumble upon any very rich, divorced / widowers, nature's gonna take its course. Okay?
I understand what you're doing.
Okay.
I can tell you that there are not many of those in this library.
You said many, thus meaning that there might be some, John.
It has happened once, I think. Twice, maybe.
You should have told me. I forgive you. Lead the way.
Okay.
Oh, God, my ribs.
As you make your way back through the library, you see one of the assistant librarians restacking the books that Mr. Tabletop was reading. There is no sign, however, of Tabletop himself.
Okay.
See this librarian just picking up this large stack of various books and taking them back over to the section, muttering under his breath. Ridiculous walking out of here.
Could I see those books? Those exact books, please?
He shoves the stack of books into your hands.
Oh, this was a poor choice. Oh, my ribs are in my lower back. Oh, I find a table and I just...
Ignatius, the books, please be careful with them. They're valuable.
John?
Yeah, the other librarian glares in Ignatius' direction and goes, shh.
Ignatius takes a moment and finds God and does not respond with venom.
Would you like to spend some time looking at these? Do any of these interest you?
I feel that I need to. We should split them. That way we could see what he's read.
Well, I need to talk to some of my assistants to see, when he left, and when, if anything, he had asked for any other literature.
Okay, that makes sense. Go talk to your employees, your minions, your book
My
slaves. I
associates.
don't know how battle librarians work. Associates. How cosmopolitan. And then I just crack open the books and I try to figure it out.
What are you trying to figure out?
Trying to figure out two things. Trying to see what he read just generally, and I'm trying to look for marks in the book that indicate what he specifically, physically just read. Like if he like crinkled a page recently, or like left a bookmark, or like left a note, or tore a page.
Okay, I think unless you have another skill in suggestion, this would probably be a library use roll. Technically only using part of the library, but it is a substantial stack of books still.
Oh, hard success.
Okay, so we'll get to it. As you start to go through, you see there is a consistent theme of the books are mostly books about magic, there's folklore, there's occultism, but he's essentially divided them into two stacks. One of them which relates to dreams, and one that does not relate to dreams. And you can see a few places where he's put in bookmarks, and his reading seems to be focused around how to control one's dreams, how to commune via dreams, and how to enter other people's dreams.
When I get to that part,
you connect your dreams with someone else, how you could step into their dream.
When I get to that part, I literally stand up and I whisper, "Damn it to shit all fuck," and I take off looking for John Greaves.
Okay. John Greaves is not too far away, I don't believe. Having a discussion with one of his fellow librarians. Is that, you say you wanted to speak to someone else? Was that the...
No, I wanted to talk with any of the ones that had been helping Mr. Tabletop.
Yes. You see that same assistant who was restacking the books.
Yeah, I wanted to know, like, did he ask for any other further materials? Did he give any indication of what it was he was looking for?
Yes, he asked to access the stacks, and then I asked for his library card.
Good.
And he said he didn't have it with him. Then I asked for what he was studying and who his lecturers were, and then he ran off.
Ran off?
Made some mumbling noises, left the books he was reading, and scuttled out.
I see.
I suspect he might not have been a student here.
I had the same feeling, particularly since he was rather evasive about his real name. So keep an eye out for him.
Do you want to stop him? Well, we can recognize him and stop him coming back in again.
Yeah, let my associate over there, Ignatius, have a look through. I look back over at the table and I see Ignatius doing his things.
Storming over to you, maybe, depending on how it shakes out.
Yeah, he's storming over to you at this point. Well, I can let you know if Mr.
Tabletop.
That's not a real name.
No, it isn't.
Back.
All right, thank you. Ignatius,
Is there a quiet place is there a private place that we can
this whole
speak,
place
John?
is quiet.
Private. Is there a private place?
Oh, yes, come back to my office.
Okay. When we get to the office, I close the door and I try to lock it. I don't know if I'm successful or not.
It does have a lock. Not a serious one, but...
Do you have like windows in your office?
No, I don't think so. It's an interior office.
Okay. John, this is horrible. This is really bad.
What?
Okay. So, table tit or whatever his stupid fucking name is. He got 2 books. Okay, like 2. He made 2 stacks of all those books.
Okay.
One were about dreams. The other one was not about dreams. But he left some bookmarks, some physical indications of what he was reading. And he seems to be focused. I know he defaced books, John. I know that's bad.
He defaced my books.
He did, John. You're a battle librarian. You're going to have to take at least 3 toes, and you might have to date his mother. Regardless, John, it's not about your vengeance. It's about the dreams, John. Focus.
I'm trying to, but your imagery is...
I'm a poet and an art. Anyway. He's trying to focus on how to control dreams, how to commune through dreams, and how to enter one's dreams. Now, you know what I've been through, John. That's not a good thing, John.
He's trying to enter through someone else's dreams.
Uh-huh. He's trying to do the same shit that my group did, and then Midnight. This is really bad, John.
I'm getting that feeling.
He's trying to do basically what we did.
Okay. I think we need to make more of an effort to find this guy. I mean, I think that his name isn't going to be terribly helpful, but let me describe him to you, just in case you happen to. He seems recognizable to you, and then
What's he
I
look
do.
like? Okay. Ah.
Anything distinguishing him about a keeper?
He looked to be in his early 20s. He had curly, dark brown hair. Don't really remember what colour his eyes were, because that's really a weird thing to notice about a stranger you've just spoken to. Unless John is the type to stare deeply into the eyes of everyone he's talking to.
No, he doesn't. Right.
He sounded well educated. You don't remember seeing him in the library before. This is the first time you remember seeing him in this library.
Is he a bit older than the usual students, or
about the same age?
Okay.
Perhaps a little older, but hard to be certain. Ignatius, make me a luck roll, please.
One second. Oof.
The description is not ringing a bell.
John, that sounds like a ton of your students, or would be students.
It does. I mean, unfortunately, he didn't have a limp or a face mask that covered half his face, or any.
Yes, he could do with better. Well, I suppose that's not fair. Shouldn't say that. Anyway, I'll keep an eye peeled for him. He said his name was John Tabletop, so his name was definitely not John.
Right, it was anything but that. Yeah.
Yeah. What if his actual name was John Top
No one.
Table?
No one is named John. Come on.
There's only one John. There can only be one John. And it is you. Right. Oh, my shoulder blades hurt again. That's
From the books or from Max?
I think just from my life and the choices that I make, John.
I'm not going to argue on that.
I think I need to.
Did your laudanum help?
Did I what?
Did your laudanum help?
I forgot to take my laudanum. Oh no! Sobriety.
I don't have any laudanum.
I know you're not prepared. This is why I make the spells, John.
Anyway, as this traumatizing realization is reached, we go to Maximilian at the Pacific Club. You said you had some questions to ask, some things to discuss.
Yeah, namely about that one guy we met like a week ago. That was, threatening us. And it's still, Max has tried to, overlook that, but it's still kind of sitting on him. He comes back to that bracelet he has, and the thought of just putting a couple of snakes in the guy's bed. So he's gonna go back to his only source of information about the high society around here that he has, which is basically the Pacific Club. And he's gonna go and ask his employer about the Viscount Malmsey was the name, right?
Yes.
I think I remember
Jerome
that.
Malmsey, Viscount.
Exactly.
Something I forgot to write down.
Nope, it's in the chat. I gave it to
you. Oh, you did. Thank you. Because I just have a squiggly line where I was going to write down what he was the Viscount of.
Lord Jerome Malmsey, Viscount Teviot.
Oh, Teviot, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so, you go to Mr. Holcomb. He's in his office just preparing for opening up for the evening, going over his books. And you're here early. I wasn't expecting you for a few more hours.
Yeah, I was just having a couple of questions about a guy that you might know. It was one of the you remember how we were looking into the thefts of the that happened to the British Museum?
Yes, you mentioned that, yes.
Yeah, there was somebody trying to, pressure us to stop poking our noses. Some Lord Jerome Malmsey, Viscount Teviot.
Malmsey?
Yeah, and then he's sitting around.
What's Malmsey got to do with this?
He seems somebody. I mean, I'm not good at reading people, but he seemed like he was very interested in the weird things.
He's a decent chap, Malmsey.
Decent chap?
Yeah.
I mean, he was trying to, bribe and threaten us, which, doesn't strike me as particularly decent, but...
You sure? You didn't misunderstand, or like, yeah?
I mean, he was very, very particularly obvious with that. Very, very direct. I think he was trying to make clear that I noticed what he was trying to do.
Well, he goes shooting with Lord Payne. You met it, Weldon Payne? He was at the Major's party that night, we first...
I met the guy. Yeah. They go shooting together.
Yeah, they go shooting together. Malmsey's bit of an odd duck, but that odd. Got a big pile up north of the city.
Do you know where he has his estate? Is he the one that invites people over, or is he shooting with unpaid estates?
Both. Yeah, he's got his own estate. Worcestershire. I get the county borders mixed up. Somewhere up that way. And another one up in the Highlands somewhere.
I see.
But he's got a London house somewhere. He's not the most social chap. Doesn't really come to places like this. But get him out in the field with a gun in his hands, and he's comes alive. But
yeah, I mean, you might need to
arrange an introduction if you'd like.
I mean, he introduced himself.
Yeah.
I think I might not go over you. I think I might ask Lord Payne. I think that's probably the better way to do this if he's indeed involved in odd things. Just in case, so he doesn't know where.
I will look into it. I hadn't realised he had any interest in this kind of thing, but if he does, I can I can ask around, see if it's anything untoward or if it's just.
I mean, if it's just
casual
normal
hobby.
curiosity,
Yes.
you know. But he felt very. I mean, maybe it's just my paranoia speaking. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do some digging on him. See what I can unearth.
Thanks.
Yes. No, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, also...
It seems like more and more people are involved in this sort of nonsense.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of power to be gained, I guess.
Yes. Well, can I expect you back here this evening, or are you otherwise engaged with society business?
I think I'll need to take an eye, keep an eye on some things, but maybe later this evening I'll be still there.
Okay, well,
like say 9 p.m. something like that.
All right, in which case I shall see you later. Good
See you later.
Right. As you head on your way, Elsie, having a nice autumn walk with Miss Plum. Is there anything you wish to discuss on your walk, or is it just a genuinely nice walk?
A genuinely nice walk. I am trying to balance my normal life with the esoteric, and that does require being normal sometimes. Whatever topics that Miss Plum wishes to speak about, we can speak about.
In which case the topics cover everything from the fashion for this season's dresses. Have you heard that so-and-so just got engaged? And how Elsie should really make more friends with young women her own age and spend less time gallivanting with suspicious gentlemen.
I actually very briefly met a lady while I was coming home from my German lesson. A Miss Janet Catterhill. I think that she lives in Mayfair somewhere. I just don't know. She had lost her hat, and I caught it.
You don't mean the Carterhow girl from just up the street?
I think possibly her governess was with her in the carriage.
Mrs. Winters, lovely lady. We take tea sometimes. She's always poor Miss Janet is quite the handful at times, from what I hear. Although I guess not quite as much of a handful as she could be. Yes, I can arrange a visit if you would like. If we could call on them sometime, or invite them round to call on we could call on them sometime.
Yes, perhaps for tea one day.
Yes, I believe her father is some sort of academic, a professor of some sort, poetry or something along those lines. But yes, she's I've never met the girl myself. I only heard the reports of her, but she does have a brother. In case you might be nice to meet him as well.
Yes, I could meet him. I am still riding with Mr. Penhew.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I wouldn't wish to get misunderstandings between you and the young baronet. Well, we better. Looks like it's about to rain. We'd better not tarry too long. But yes, I will. Maybe call on the Carter House for tea at some point.
Wonderful. I will be studying a little bit tonight, so just to make you aware that I might not be in my right mind in the morning.
Yes, so well, we'll see you in the morning. Maybe some other day for house calls, depending on this
Possibly
studying.
later this week.
Oh, did you see that hat over there? It's like, I've never seen one in quite that style. Quite striking, don't you think?
I love the plumes on it.
Ah, yes. And with the subject decidedly changed, Thea completes your... She does not wish to speak of books and madness. If she doesn't talk about it, it doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. But yes, as you return to the society with plans for some reading, as others return from libraries and questions asked, I think this is probably a good point to take a break for a moment. Before I forget to include a break, we'll see you in 10 minutes' time. We are back. So Elsie has returned from her walk, Maximilian has returned from his visit to the Pacific Club, and Ignatius and John from their trip to the library, unless anyone has any detours they would like to make on their way home. Yeah, so you step in out of the cold October afternoon. The wind is still strong, and it started to rain a little bit, spattering water across your coats and capes as you make your way inside.
Well, everything is horrible.
Hmm?
Horrible.
What
What
happened?
happened?
Wow.
It's horrible. We went to the library, and this Mr. Tabletop is doing reading that essentially tells me he is trying to accomplish almost precisely what my cult was trying to accomplish. I didn't know it was a cult at the time, of course. Back before midnight murdered all of my friends and ruined my life and that type of thing.
Wait, she murdered all your friends?
Yeah, John, I didn't have a lot of friends that were outside of the college circuit, so to speak, and after they had all been died or gone missing or committed or whatever, I didn't really have any ties back, even home. So for all intents and purposes, yes.
So, and there's no chance that this fellow, Mr. Tabletop, had any association with your cult. Did you have any hangers on or anyone who like just sort of hung out at the edges of the cult that might have been spared?
So it is possible. I mean, it was, I'm not trying to be funny, Mr. Greaves, but about half of us were there for the experience of the cult, right?
Right.
The occult.
As one
and
does.
The other half were there for the orgies, the drugs, the debauchery, the debauchery. Youngsters. We were young and dumb. And so maybe there were folks there who, almost to the best of my knowledge, everybody who was a mainstay was there that night. Maybe there were hanger-ons who had popped in and out. I don't know. So it's not impossible, but my answer would be leaning towards in the negative. My heart hurts more than my body, and I'm very sad.
So I hear that. Maybe some laudanum would help. Did you take yours yet?
Upstairs to the laudanum. Actually, wait. James!
Yes, sir?
Somebody bring me my laudanum, please. I forgot to take it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Hey, James.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I appreciate you and all that you do. And when Ignatius probably looks the most defeated and dejected James has ever seen from him. You're a good man, James.
I do my best, sir.
Your best is very good.
and he heads off to fetch your drugs. Specifically.
As one does. As one does.
I'll shuffle up besides John and just whisper in his ear, "What the hell happened to the guy?"
Which guy?
Ignatius.
Oh, apparently the guy was researching materials that was very familiar to Ignatius. It reminds him of the people that he lost.
Huh. So it's not something to poke him over. Oh well.
I also, he was a young man, right, John?
Yeah.
So I do feel a sense, it's like that idiot that showed up for the book, and then he was an Oxford man, whatever the fuck that's worth. Not even anything really. Fucking losers. Anyway, like he was a young man, and I watched him throw his life away, potentially, and I don't want this young man to throw his life away the way that I essentially did. It's no.
You were looking in the mirror.
It's yes, and what you see is I couldn't go home. I couldn't, whatever darkness was around me, I couldn't take back to my parents. You know, I couldn't take back to my childhood friends. I don't want the same thing for him. And not to be arrogant, but if we're being honest, most people could not navigate that specific situation as well as I did, and I'm barely hanging on. So
I'm gonna give you a hug.
He accepts it, but he very gingerly, he's like, "Oh God, okay."
I'm gonna be careful. I'm not gonna break anything.
You're very firm.
I mean, yeah, that's the point.
You're very. No. The point is the dagger. That's, you silly man. Okay, time to let me go.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Everything's gonna be okay. I'm very grateful for all that you've done for me. Everyone. Elsie has given me a place to live and resources to draw upon. John, you've proffered wisdom and your knowledge. Maximilian, you've risked literal life and limb for me. Mortimer, maybe not. He's definitely a genius. Not the best doctor. Not very, very rarely has he ever actually healed me up very well. Stiff hands, angry hands. Might be part German, but the point is that I'm very, very fortunate to have the resources and the people and I never thought I'd have friends again.
Well, you do. You do.
And I appreciate that. I need to do better, but I need to be better. And that ultimately is why I was so devoted to, well, I'm just, part of it is I'm just a prick. There's no other way. You are what you are to a certain extent. I am a bit of a prick. I understand. I don't even want, if you remember back to, what was that Oxford guy's name? Tallyhue? Hunestrom?
Penhue?
Sure. Penhizzle.
Aubrey Penhue.
I would appreciate it if you actually pronounced his name correctly.
He's my friend, and I make fun of him because he makes fun of me. Aubrey Penhue. I told him that he didn't want to get involved in this sort of thing. And I don't want anyone else to be. And I told him at one point, you gain knowledge that you don't want to gain, and then the only solace you have in that is if you're in a position where you don't have to use it anymore. And that's why I wanted the spells, the access to the spells, because I know I can walk away from this. If I'm fortunate to walk away from this, I'm walking away from it forever. There'd never be I'm getting mugged, let me cast this spell, or, oh, my neighbor was really mean to me, let me hurt their mind, you know. But I don't blame all of you for being reluctant to trust in me, because I'm so... The nice word is eccentric. The mean word is crazy. And I am sometimes a little callous and mercurial in nature. Some might even say mischievous or rapscallion.
Well, we are, as far as the magic goes, we're trying to look out for you as well, because it's a dangerous subject.
I'm a dangerous man.
Look, I forgot what I was about to say. Elsie, you wanted to read the book, right?
Yes, if you would.
I got it.
The book in question is the large, ancient tome retrieved from the maze in the Seven Valley, correctly? And as Maximilian gets this book out, you see it's this big leather-bound book, and half the pages are missing, and it's slightly singed and crumpled, and this book has seen better days indeed. But
Yes, I will set up the table in the library. Kind of the same way that I would have had it set up when Agnes was helping me with my tutoring at the country estate. There'd be, I guess, a heavy blanket or sheet or something that can cover the book up to interrupt any reading that I may have been in the middle of. Some water. No candles on the immediate table. But the room will be bright enough to read by. And I guess Mr. Johnson will be taking Agnes's place this time.
okay. So, if I recall correctly, this book is in Latin.
Yeah, I couldn't read it.
Yes. That was what saved you from any dangerous reading beforehand. You begin to turn the pages. It's illustrated with sort of marginalia and these intricate decorations, like illumination of the first letters of the page. And
I study the images. I study anything, that seems intricate, because sometimes there are things hidden inside them.
Indeed. As you begin to turn the pages and you begin to read, please give me a Latin roll. The Maximilian is present as she's reading, correct? Is anyone else in the room as Elsie is reading, or are you elsewhere from Elsie?
I'd be there. Ignatius is very lonely and sad today. He wants to be around people.
So we're having a nice little reading session. Or a nasty little reading session, which you'll see.
I got a hard success.
Okay, the words are making sense. This book is unpleasant. This book describes horrible rituals, the details of which are far beyond Vitra's terms of decency. This is disturbing acts and rituals and ceremonies of dark magic, essentially. There are names of gods written here to call upon, and they are not pleasant gods. The gods of corruption and gods that will take and will defile. This is worse, possibly, than any of the books you've previously read, than any of the descriptions you've come across.
I'm making a point of not even motioning with my lips the words that are on the pages.
Okay. Good to know. As you begin to read. I would like you to roll me 2d8, please.
That's a 5 and a 6, a total of 11.
And please deduct 11 from your sanity. And add 5 to your Cthulhu Mythos. This is not pleasant. As you read, as you realise what this is describing and what this is mentioning.
All right. Just so that you are aware, I've just hit my lowest number on my sanity thing.
Okay, but you're not underneath it.
Correct.
So this is not an automatic bout of madness. However, I do need you to make me an intelligence roll here, please. See if you can explain away and otherwise ignore this. Or whether you're too
an extreme
smart to do that and you realise the full horror of what you're reading. This is one of those cases where it does not pay to succeed. You truly realise what it is you're reading here, and I need you to roll me 1d10 as you feel your mind slip away from your control.
That is a 3.
Okay. So as you turn the pages of this book, this anger fills you, boiling up inside you. This red hot rage, desire to hurt, to destroy something or someone. Just like they've been talking down to you, ignoring you, dismissing you. You need to show them you are something to be feared. You are dangerous, and that this rage and violence boils up inside you. You can choose who you would direct it at.
Let's see. Currently there's 3 here. Let's roll. Okay, so I'm going to roll a d3. Tis, do you want to assign the numbers?
Ignatius 1, Maximilian 2, and John 3, shall we say?
Sure.
Sounds good.
That is just simply the order they are on my screen. Drum roll, please.
Oop, I put it wrong.
As the rage roars inside you, this fire-seeking
That was a 1.
direction, and you lift your eyes from the book, and as the red mist descends, you see Ignatius.
Hey, Elsie, this seems like a great time to talk to you about something. So I'm
going to use domination of will.
Okay. Okie dokie. Right, give me a power roll, please.
That's a success.
And I believe, if I am not mistaking my spells, this is a contested power roll.
I think so, yes.
Okay. Success versus success. So as you try and force your will upon Ignatius. Magic. I was just checking what happens on a contested roll.
Oh, I think the rule is we all get 25 sanity back. I'm pretty sure that's the rule.
No.
I rolled a better score than he did.
Yes.
I don't know if that counts.
This is a roll that I really should know by now. As your wills battle it out against each other, as you push to control his mind. Same skill. We'll have a reroll for this. If it's a tie, it's either an impasse or a reroll.
All right, you said power for me?
Yes, as your minds struggle and battle.
That's another success. And he got a hard
Ignatius wins out. He forces you back from his mind. He has fought for control of his mind against stronger entities than you.
Elsie Smith, I am not a soft man mentally, and you will snap out of whatever has a hold of you, because you are.
Wait, she's doing something? Wait, what?
She is trying to invade my mind, Maximilian. Something is taking a hold of her.
You push in the minds. You do spend the
magic points.
The magic points. Is it also a sanity cost, the domination of will? Or is it just magic point?
Is straight yeah. Yeah, it's 1 magic point cost, but it's at the cost of my own strength and sanity.
Yes.
So I've lost 1 magic point so far, and 1 sanity point.
Yes. So your mind slipping further into the abyss with every use of this spell.
I'm using it again.
Time. Yes, as you push, once more trying to push into his mind.
Okay, that's a success.
I roll again.
Yeah, she's fighting back. She's pushing, clawing at your mind.
All right. We have to reroll.
Yeah, it's struggling, fighting. As these two seem to be engaged in what is almost looking like an insane Elsie, you break through this time. At the cost of more of your magic and more of your own sanity, you break through.
Is there anything I can do with my magic points to fight back?
At this moment, you are in control. You're being controlled. It's this is not permanent. This is a brief moment of control in which Elsie is in command of Ignatius. What is it you wish him to do?
I wish him to back up into the fire, catching his cape on fire.
Ignatius steps backwards into the fire. Flames begin to lick upwards. Ignatius, you feel your body doing this outside of your control as you step back into the flames. Just a moment of Elsie staring at you, this pure murderous rage in her eyes. And then your mind is your own again. And Elsie, what is your dexterity?
My dexterity is 60. Do you need me to roll it?
No, I just... Basically... We are entering, essentially, combat here, as Ignatius' mind snaps out of Elsie's control. Elsie, roll me another 1d10, please. For 2 rounds, you have been in the grip of this madness. There's a little
6
more to go. And Maximilian, you see all this going on. Ignatius is on fire. Elsie is doing goodness knows what.
I'm gonna slap her.
Okay. What are you trying to achieve here? Distraction? Or are you trying to hurt her?
I'm trying to get her out of her whatever this is.
Okay.
I'm trying to hurt. I'm not trying to damage.
And I would like to try to push Ignatius out of the fire.
Well, we'll get to John in a moment. Unfortunately, John is a little slower on the uptake.
Yeah.
Maximilian, give me a fighting brawl. Elsie, are you going to try to fight back against this?
Oh.
Or are you trying to dodge as the red mist?
I think I will try to dodge.
Okay. Bear in mind that this fury is still within you.
Yes, and I am furious at Ignatius.
Just time.
It happens.
Oh, that's a fail to dodge.
But luckily you failed to hit you. It's more kind of a general flail in your directions. As you two of you flail. Ignatius, you are on fire. What do you wish to do?
In the mortal wards of DMX, I'm going to stop, drop, sit down, open up shop. I'm going to try to put myself out.
Okay. You drop on the floor, rolling, trying to put the flames out. John, what are you doing?
Did we have drinks, water on the table?
There is water in the room, yes.
Yes, there's water in the vase. There's a teapot on the table. There's always a teapot. Just if in doubt,
and there's water on the table with the book.
Yes. Oh, yes, and there's safety water. Yes, we did explicitly say there is safety water.
Okay. Well, I'll try using that to extinguish Ignatius. Well, just escape, not him himself.
Yes. As the water washes down over Ignatius, Elsie, Maximilian seems to be trying to hit you. Ignatius is rolling on the floor whilst John pours water on him. The rage is still boiling within you.
He's on the floor?
Yes.
I'm moving over to him, and I am going to I'm going to lift my skirts just enough so that I can start kicking him and stomping on him.
Okay. Give me a fighting roll. Ignatius, give me either... I guess you're going to be with a penalty die here because you are rolling on the ground trying to put out a fire. But with a penalty die, either a dodge to roll away or a fighting brawl to try and fight back against Elsie's attempts to kick you whilst you are down.
I am aware that she's trying to kick me, right? Like I'm cognizant of this.
Yes.
Okay, can I have like 5 seconds to figure out what I would do?
I rolled a success.
Are you dodging or fighting back?
I suppose I would try to dodge. Very poorly.
You fail to roll out of the way, and
I get stomped out.
Yeah, Elsie, please roll me the damage of your as you're just kicking. That is
2.
Yeah, that's 2 points of damage.
What type of shoes are you wearing? I'm just curious.
Typical heels.
Oh God!
An inch or 2 up.
It's like she sharpened them.
Okay, who have we not read them? Yeah, because Elsie had already been, so it's Elsie then everyone else in the round. Because I realised otherwise Elsie would have got 2 turns to obliterate Ignatius that round.
That's his custom.
Maximilian, Elsie's now kicking him.
I'm gonna grab her below her arms, lift her up, and carry her away.
Okay, give me. Essentially, this is. I guess this is a maneuver. So.
Fighting brawl.
Fighting brawl. Well, if in doubt, fighting brawl. Elsie. You can
I'm fighting back.
I'm kicking. Yeah.
I'm kicking.
Kicking Maximilian this time, trying to kick at him. Unfortunately, yeah, his success wins. He's picked you up and feet off the ground, kicking wildly.
Yeah, well, I succeeded in my fighting brawl.
Fighting brawl. So if you dodged, you would have won. But with fighting brawl, the attacker wins if it's a draw.
Oh, okay.
If he goes to fighting back.
Well, then yes, I am kicking wildly. My skirts are up and flying about.
Yep, and I'm carrying you out the room like that.
Okay. So you carry her out the room. In the room, Ignatius is just steaming. Like singed cape steaming in the mist. Elsie, you're carried from the room. After a couple of moments, the blind rage begins to fade. And as it happens, you and Maximilian both hear a voice calling from up the stairs. What on earth do you think you're doing? Put her down this instant. Hang her. And Miss Plum, just at the top of the stairs, staring at horror, her charge just being physically carried out of the parlor of the library.
I'm just gonna look at her, and I'm just gonna twist my eyes, and then I'm gonna ask in your ears, are you better now? You stopped struggling.
The blind rage is gone. It's up to you whether you're still struggling, Elsie, or how you would wish to react in this moment.
No, I'm not done struggle. Now I'm just trying to get out of his arms. I'm not.
I'm not. As long as I'm not sure whether you'll still attack Ignatius if I let you go, I'm not letting go.
No, please. Let me go. Let me go.
Are you good? Or are you gonna attack Ignatius again?
Let me go.
Are you gonna attack Ignatius again?
No.
Good. I'm gonna put you down. I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna, just wait for your reaction.
And I'm gonna go to the back garden, out in the rain, as I am.
All right. I'll stay behind.
As Elsie steps out into the rain, back in the room, the book's still open on the table. As I said, Ignatius steaming slightly.
Ignatius, are you okay? Are
John?
you with us?
John?
Yes?
Remember when I said that I needed magic to protect myself?
Mm-hmm. I do remember you saying that.
Yeah. I just got mentally dominated by a more powerful magic user. And then I was on fire. And then she really has strong legs, John. Quite robust calves, I might say.
I didn't see.
I did. I had a great view of her legs as she stomped me out, like she dropped me like a bad habit. She really just, I can't even be mad. It's the fucking book. Give me the book, John. Give me the fucking book, John. Put the book in my hand.
It's there on the table.
John?
Get up.
Bear in mind, this is the big book.
Hand me the big book, John. I'm asking. I've had a rough day, John.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to burn it, John.
See, this book just wants to get burnt. First D'Angelo.
Yeah, D'Angelo. See, here's the other thing. I'm not the one to not trust with magic. D'Angelo goes all fucking wonky with a book. Elsie went all fucking wonky with a book. You know who doesn't go wonky around books?
Who?
Me, John. It's me. So I tried to be humble. I tried to be kind. I tried to show vulnerability. I tried to be a better man. And the cosmos said, fuck you, Ignatius. So Ignatius, the old one, is back. He's back, John.
All right. Now, do you want to get up and get the book? Because if I pick it up and give it to you, it's just going to pin you to the ground.
That is not an unfair point, John, but I still haven't figured out if I've shit myself yet because my legs are numb.
I think I'd be able to tell if you had. You're fine.
You do know my brand. Okay, let me just get up. Do you think we shouldn't burn it?
I was hoping there would be something we could learn from it, but it seems to, on balance, is not a great thing to have around.
Okay, if we don't burn it now, we can burn it later. We can't unburn it. I need to go talk with Elsie.
All right.
So I'm going to I didn't shit myself. I'm going to yeah, there we go. And I take my cape and I go, Italian silk, and I just toss it on the floor. And I walk till Max?
She's outside.
That way?
Yeah. I'm proud of you not trying to read the book.
We're gonna get through this, Max.
Mm.
And I go outside to where Elsie is. Miss Smith?
Elsie is standing out in the rain, probably surrounded by the rose bushes in the garden.
Yes.
Roses long since faded.
Yes, and I am standing there. I am fully getting pelted by the rain.
I don't have my hat with me. I walk up next to you. It's like, lovely weather.
I'm sorry.
I accept your apology. Might we embrace as friends in a moment of vulnerability together? And I offer to put my arm around you in a very platonic way.
And I don't push him off.
Did the book get you?
Mm-hmm.
You want to stand out here for a while?
Yep.
How about I go back inside and get us some coats and some hats?
No.
That way we don't get sick.
If you want that for yourself. If I get sick, I get sick. It's the least I deserve for what just happened.
you didn't do anything wrong, and you getting sick doesn't help anybody, but if this is a moment that you're having, I'll have the moment with you. And I just stand there with my arm around her. Nobody told us that books would be so dangerous.
I knew it could be.
Oh, yeah. I'm just speaking like generally, like growing up, you know. No one was like, oh, don't open that book, or some scary, spooky demon will hop in your mind and do bad things to you.
I knew they would.
Yeah. It's just a different time. Hey, this might not be the best moment, but you're a rich woman. You know any old widowers that are also rich? Just asking.
No.
Okay. Hey, could you ask Miss Plum to stop yelling at us? And I just go silent.
As the rain falls down and the madness and the rage is washed away, is there anything people wish to do with the remains of what has been a surprisingly chaotic day?
Yeah, I'm gonna go call Abner when this moment's over.
So you wish to go call on Abner or call Abner?
I'm gonna call him on the phone, and I'm going to have.
Does Abner Wick have a telephone? This is a very good question.
Yes, because I called him one time to.
Yes.
Yes. And when I do it, I'm going to gather up. I'm going to ask that the society stand next to me as I make the call.
Okay. Unconsidered trifles, Mr. Wick speaking.
Hey, Abner. It's Ignatius. Okay, first off, don't ever make that sound when I call you. I'm amazing, and you should be appreciative of that. I have to call you to give you a bit of bad news.
Yes.
See, it took you way too long to say, yeah, Abner, your social skills are just garbage.
Let me guess, you decided that our arrangement is too difficult for you, and this.
Not too difficult for me.
And
just
now
a bad
I have
idea.
to deal with this bucket of blood I got specially for you.
Okay, first off, you were gonna get that blood anyway, so, Abner, I'm your only friend, so be a little bit kinder with me. I've had a real bad day. Elsie kicked the shit out of me. Somebody put my floating rib in a non-floating position, and that sounds kinky, but not in the awesome way that you might think.
Get to the point.
Whoa, take the bass out of your voice, Abner. Okay, your name is Abner. You are way too confident with a first name like that. I don't like that. Anyway, I'm gonna call you later when you're a little less sassy. Maybe you need some crackers. Maybe you need a hot bath, some wine. I don't know. Maybe you need
He puts the phone down.
Yeah. Anyway, so Abner, I want to tell you, might as well tell you now, your feet kind of stink. You should probably do something about that. And you have a good night. Click. All right. What am I gonna do now? Hey, James!
Yes, sir?
Could you draw me a hot bath this time, please?
Yes, sir, yes.
Thank you.
Just normal hot, sir? You don't want this to be a boiling bath?
Okay, you said that with a smile, and I don't trust that. Just a normal hot bath. Hey, James?
Yes, sir?
I have the laudanum on me, so just, you don't have to bring that this time. And could you, get Elsie some, slightly less sharp shoes? That might not make sense to you, but
I'm afraid
Miss
Miss Smith's shoes are not my, responsibility, nor mine to interfere with.
You gotta seize the day, James. You gotta seize the day. And I limp up to go get my hot bath, and I'm just like, I'm done with today. No book, no crook, no. And I just go and I take my bath.
Okay, so as Ignatius goes to take his bath, is there anything anyone else would like to do in his absence?
There's not enough time to pull the things up that I still want to do. So I think for next time.
Okay. Elsie, John, anything before getting some sleep for the night?
That was quite exciting enough for one day. I think we should secure the book and then I guess I'll head on home.
I locked myself in my room after my extended time in the rain. And after I've changed out of my soaked clothing, I've just started painting. Probably
what sort of thing are you painting?
Probably my feelings of the book that I had been reading.
Okay, give me a painting roll for the quality of what I fear is going to be a disturbing painting.
I'm going to do oil paints this time, because it seems more harsh. That's a fail.
It's not a good oil painting.
Who cares? It's
Possibly
got
just
my feelings in it.
It might just be before its time. This is rage and anger on a canvas. Yes, as you try and take out your emotions through art, eventually exhaustion claims you. As it claims all of you one by one. With a dozing after a hot bath and a dose of laudanum. Or
do I dream?
Cathartic painting.
Cathartic murder.
I'm still sad that no murder was done in that.
It was. That's what happens when I don't show up. No murder.
Well, you all fall into dreams, and I need all of you to give me a power roll here.
How?
Ignatius, your dreams are the dreams that you've been having for so long now. Edged with darkness, tinged with the whispers of oncoming doom, and midnight's voice coiling round and round. The same dreams you've known for so long. A warning for 2 months. No instructions, stand upon the plateau. This is the same voice, the same dreams, the same darkness that you know so well.
Midnight. Are you there?
Midnight does not answer. She
I'd
sent
just
her
say
dreams,
this.
but not herself.
When you lose me, you'll be so sad, Midnight.
Elsie, you dream of the book, of the anger it stirred with you, of the flames licking of around you. It's not a pleasant dream. Maximilian. Oh, sorry. You were going to say something? Maximilian, you dream of long bygone adventures, and more recent ones too, muddled together in places, a tangle knotted with serpents that weave through and through. John, you dream of the library, of rows of books, of the smell of old paper and dust. You're walking between the long and familiar rows of the library, and at the end you see a door. A door that shouldn't be there. door that's never been there before in this library. You find yourself strangely in control of this dream. You can choose to open the door or not.
Well, doors are meant to be gone through, so.
On the other side of the door, a staircase winds downwards. Down and down into darkness.
I will go down. Yes, I will go down.
So you walk downwards. The library and its scents are left behind. Images flicker past you, half-formed and broken, a cavern. The light of flames reflecting against the wall. Two figures leaning towards you, whispering in your ear. And then a forest. A thick, lush tangle of undergrowth. Vines winding around the base of strange trees. You're walking barefoot on warm moss beneath a rich green canopy. Around you, the trees and the vines are heavy with flowers, and the scent perfumes the air. And ahead of you, you can see a figure. A young woman in a green dress with curling dark brown hair threaded through with a fine circlet of gold. She doesn't seem to be looking your direction. She's looking away into the forest. She's the only person you can see there. It's just you and her at the moment in the forest.
When I walked by earlier, were the voices intelligible or just whispering that I couldn't tell?
You feel that you could understand what they were saying at the time, but now,
Okay.
Like a dream, you can't. You know that you knew in the moment what they said, but now you can't remember what it was that they said. Only that it was important.
Okay.
But you don't know what it was.
I'll continue towards her.
Is he picking flowers from the tree? Are you trying to be quiet and creep up on her, or are you trying to make your presence known?
No, I will make my presence known.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't
Hello?
see you there.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello. I'm not sure where I am or why I'm here, but here we are.
This is a dream, right?
I think it is.
She kind of looks you up and down. Who are you?
I am John Greaves, head librarian of King's College.
Why are you in my dream?
As far as I know, you're in my dream.
This is my dream.
No, this is mine.
It's my dream first.
I don't know that. I've been in this dream for some time now.
Well, I don't believe I've ever dreamed of a librarian before.
Oh, I mean, anything can happen in a dream.
I suppose. You have not seen a young man here, have you?
No, you're the only one I've seen.
Ah. He did say he'd meet me here. Well, if you see him, tell him I came.
What, who should I be looking for?
I do not know his name. You'll know him if you see him. You see a sort of a strange smile creep across his face, like just a daydreaming haze smile. Like, he is the most beautiful man you've ever seen. Truly is.
Not stirring any particular memories. I mean, the only new person I met today was John Tabletop, who came to read books.
No, I do not believe his name is John Tabletop.
Well, can you describe him in terms other than just the most beautiful man?
Hair of gold and eyes like the summer sky, a voice like the best voice you've ever heard.
You mean like Ignatius?
If you say so, yes, a voice like
Ignatius Emberat.
The magician? Is he in my dream too?
I'm in so many different people's dreams for wildly different reasons.
Reverend John, you swear you always heard Ignatius's voice there. It's strange, like a dream entity of Ignatius just drifting by, tinged with darkness around him. Well,
a bit more seriously, who are you looking for? Who are you waiting for?
I don't know his name, but he will be here. I know he will. I just need to find him. And she turns to leave.
I'll try to turn around and retrace my steps back.
Do you retrace your steps? The stairs you came down are nowhere to be seen. There's just a dense undergrowth of the forest. And you can hear something moving in the shadows of the trees. Something large. Creeping through the undergrowth, you hear the snapping of sticks beneath its feet. The rustle of something large. Moving closer and closer through the undergrowth.
I'll stop and turn towards it. And where I think I hear it coming from. And hello? Who's there?
You see a huge tawny lion step out of the undergrowth.
Oh, hello.
It looks to you. Its shoulders bunched with muscle. And then it pounces.
Ah, okay.
What do you do? There is what appears to be a lion leaping towards you. Are you trying to dodge, fight back, do something else? You have a split second.
This is a dream, so I will try to jump far out of its reach.
Okay, give me a dodge roll, please.
Okay.
The lion's jaws close around you, and you awake with a start.
All right. Well, that was a dream. All right. Any? Do I have any marks on me when I?
There are no marks on you, but as you wait, you swear you can smell in the room this perfume of flowers.
The same flowers
yes, the same flowers
she was picking.
That the woman in the dream was picking.
Okay. I will grab my notebook and try to write down as many of these details as I can.
Yes, you scribble down the details of your dream as the edges of morning. Well, it's in October, so morning comes, the sun will turn up later.
Right.
But yes, a new day has come for all of you after a night of dreams and nightmares.
I will resolve to talk to Ignatius about this when I see him next.
Yes, well, it's up to you when you would like to see him next. The sounds of it, several of you were sleeping at the society that night, but if you had...
Morning. Did y'all sleep well? I dreamt a whole load of bollocks.
My dreams are haunted by midnight. Again. Oh, she terrorizes me soul.
I mean, you got another 2 months or something.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I should probably tell you all what the next challenge is. It's to stand upon the plateau of Link or something. I don't know. I'm hoping it's like some daft lady's yard or something. Just show
on
up.
On the plateau of what?
Leng, like Leng. I put it in the note, but you all didn't really open that. A little rude. And again, it was kind of rude of me for just leaving, so.
There was a note? Must have overlooked that.
Well, I mean... Oh, by the way, how did the cathartic ethical murder go?
I don't think we murdered anyone.
Oh, so poorly. Whatever, we'll talk about that later. Elsie, how'd you sleep? John, how'd you sleep?
I guess I'm back. I'm back at the society now, so...
Oh, that's right.
For the sake of convenience, we could say
I came back for breakfast. Yeah.
John, how good of you to walk through the door. I prepared your breakfast knowing that you would be here. Harp.
Oh, wonderful. Do you remember me for your dreams last night?
I didn't.
I have a tale for you.
I am scared. Quickly, though. Elsie, did you sleep well?
No.
You want to talk about it?
It was about the book.
Very good. Well, if you want to talk about it, I'm here for you. If you don't, I understand. John, you dreamt of me?
In a manner of speaking.
Happens to the best.
My dream was actually fairly long. There was apparently there was a door in my dream. There was a door in the library that I'd never seen before. So of course I went through it, and down and down, down, and I was walking through the forest, and I came upon a lady in a green dress with brown curly hair.
Oh, brown curly hair. That reminds me of what Do you think Tabletop was actually a woman in disguise? He had brown curly hair.
And when he says this, would I remember him enough to remember?
He didn't look like a woman.
But could it have been a sister?
He could have been. It was similar enough that, yeah, he could have been a relative.
Okay. And she was picking flowers, and she said she was looking for, waiting for some young gentleman, the most beautiful man that exists.
So I was in her dream too?
Well, I suggested you as being the most
as is accurate, but she said no.
No, she didn't describe you exactly.
Oh, she's an idiot. It happens. So anyway,
but
this is. Did you think that you were actually in her dream, or you think you were dreaming of somebody who said that they were dreaming?
Well, she accused me of being in her dream, but she was in mine. It's we didn't come really to a resolution as to who was in whose dream.
Oh, this is horrible. Can I do a dream lore check, Keeper?
Yes, you can.
Okay, hold on, John. I need to concentrate. I can't even. I don't even have enough luck to convert that.
You're not sure. This could just be. John sounds like he dreamed of he's rambling on about dreaming of a pretty young lady in a dream.
He is an old horny man. Yes, John, tell me more.
Well, after we spoke for a moment, she went to leave, looking for her paramour, and I turned to go back to the library in my dream, but as I traveled through the forest, I was set upon by a lion.
Oh, wasn't there something like that awful museum business? Wasn't there like somebody who got killed by like a cat or something?
Well, that was a black panther.
So cat is a cat. Same thing.
No, this was a lion, not a panther.
Well, no, what I'm saying is a deadly cat with muscles and claws and teeth that kills you. It doesn't really matter. Like it's like bam, it got you. Anyway.
Yeah.
What did the lion look like?
It looked very lion-y.
John,
What was
you're
the
an ass.
description of the man that she was waiting for?
One could draw parallels to that. Yes.
She was waiting for a lion.
Well, the lion found me and set upon me.
Okay, so you got in the way.
No, we had parted ways, and it had been stalking me as I was coming back to what I thought was my library.
Oh, so it thought that you were trying to get its woman, but she is attracted to lions.
Yeah, something like that. You know how dreams are.
I just start eating, and I'm thinking, and I'm like, so she has a thing for lions, and lions have a thing for her, and the lion thought that you were trying to get with her, and then it killed you.
Well, to be fair, the lion didn't say anything. It just sort of bit more than...
I don't think it had to say anything, John. I think it got his point across quite clearly.
It did.
Get it? Point across?
Yeah, teeth. Sharp.
No, those are claws, John. The claw.
Max is grabbing another whiskey.
Could you get me one, Max?
We're drinking
Sure.
whiskey at breakfast, okay?
It's gonna be one of those. It's not the. This is not on.
It's gonna be one of those days. I'm gonna shove the whiskey over. I'm just gonna put it on the table and just slide it. If he catches it in time, it's not gonna fall off.
I don't think this was a coincidence.
Probably
and
not.
I appreciate you telling me this.
Yeah, unfortunately, it all ended when the jaws closed. I woke up, and that was it. So.
Everything is shit, you know.
I've had worse.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, you know what else I dreamed of just before I woke up?
What's that?
Sharp, pointy shoes stomping down upon me.
Whatever would have caused that?
A lack of self-defense and dexterity.
Exactly.
And I wink over at Elsie, obviously trying to make her laugh.
Do you still want tutors?
You know, I feel like the answer should be yes. So I will happily take any tutoring that you get me. This will be the last time I bring it up, but I do believe yesterday makes a compelling case for my desire to learn magic and defense and whatnot. But I will honor what the society asks of me, since I ask so much of the society. And you can tell when he's saying this, it is killing him to try to be humble and polite and thoughtful and considerate. His lip is quivering. He looks kind of like he's in pain. And then after he finishes saying it, he grabs like his whiskey and he drinks it, and he's just like, yeah, so I'll do what you all think is best. Cutting up his sausage and eating it. Like, whatever you think.
Well, strengthening the body and strengthening the mind can go hand in hand. We'll see if there's any... I look to John and Max, and we'll see if there's any spells that might be appropriate, maybe?
I would like one more offensive spell. Oh,
I don't have all of the information for that.
I'll go ask Mortimer. He'll know which ones aren't as taxing on the brain, right?
Please don't ask him to patch me up, though. The man, he's got hands of stone and daggers. It's just...
No, that's me.
No, both of you.
While they're talking, I get up from the table, and I actually go into the room to grab the painting I worked on last night.
Okay.
And I'm going to show it to them.
Is this the sort of painting that I need to roll sanity for?
You know what? Yes, I'm going to ask for a sanity roll from everyone for looking at Elsie's embodiment.
Her paintings are historically just beat the shit out of me, you know?
That fails.
That's what? 1,
Oh, no.
Everybody
That
failed
was
and
luck,
fumbled?
not sanity you rolled there,
Oh, okay.
Ignatius.
I
Which
mean,
is, it's incredibly lucky for you that was luck, not sanity. But I will say that you do drop the whiskey glass. Just completely unrelated to the painting, it just slips out your hand. You just have a very unlucky moment, and now there's broken glass on the floor.
Oh, I got James.
But yes, Maximilian and John, as you look at Elsie's painting, like, you are going to both lose 1 point of sanity. Like, this is the depth of the human mind exposed in a quite an unpleasant way. This is, I mean, neither of you, I don't think, have looked upon a true Miles Shipley painting, but if you had, you'd perhaps see some aspects and elements here. Yes, you have a, yeah, it's not okay, this painting.
Oh, Elsie?
The book was describing rituals, ceremonies, and various acts for them in homage to gods of corruption and defiling, and that's about all I can say for as much as I read last night. I would suggest, after I've read it through, it does get destroyed.
Yeah, I think we need to do better. And we're all talented and strong, but this book really seems to be doing a number on all of us.
should Mortimer read that as well?
No.
I mean, like, in case one of us is indisposed and we need the knowledge, shouldn't that be in, like, at least 2 hands?
No. D'Angelo read the book, and then he fucked me up. And then Elsie read the book, and then she really fucked me up. So if Mortimer reads the book and he starts fucking me up, one of us will die.
We're just gonna put me and Mortimer in one room.
It doesn't matter. It is fate. I was in a completely different room, and then D'Angelo went D'Angelo. And next thing
Yeah, there needs to be somebody there overseeing the whole thing.
You were there, and she still beat my ass, Maximilian.
Yeah, because you also were there. That's why you were just the target.
Let me explain this to you, okay? It's going to get me no matter what. The more it is read, the more I bled. All right, that is.
Well, anyway, I'll talk to Mortimer about your spells and which ones to teach you.
I'm just tired of this book being so damn powerful. I step over the glass and go back to breakfast. This sausage and eggs will comfort me.
Black pudding.
I'll put the painting in the library.
Oh, Elsie, could you burn that, please?
Not yet. I might have to add to it.
Oh.
You can probably draw something less disturbing. You're a good painter. I've seen you paint stuff, and usually it's not that worrying.
I haven't finished reading the book. Do you really want multiple paintings of what's going on with this?
Never mind. I'm good.
Do you really want to read more of that book?
I have to.
I mean,
incomplete knowledge can destroy a person.
That is true. We should at least be able to catalog what's in it, but it seems to have had bad influence on a number of us.
I call up from wherever I forget where the kitchen is in relationship to this particular room. How about I fucking read it?
No! John yells down at him, no!
It seems like I should be the one to read it.
You know what? Sure. I'm gonna sit behind you, and if you do something stupid, I'm gonna punch you.
I believe you. Whole fucking heartily.
Yeah.
All right, John.
Mm.
I don't want you to be offended, but I don't think you should be in there with me.
I'm not offended. But I'll be outside in case we need
a battle librarian. Yes.
Yeah.
My brethren. Elsie,
Can you read
I can't
Latin?
really tell you what to do. It's your house. You own
Can
this.
you read Latin?
Very carefully.
I will be
lies
in
through
there.
its teeth.
I will be there.
Okay.
Okay, well, please give me a Latin roll, Ignatius.
I don't really have that on the sheet.
You open this book and it is in Latin. You can look at the pictures.
I'm going to look at the pictures.
I am going to give you a bonus die on the sanity roll because you can't really understand the context of what this book is showing you. You are just looking at the pictures. In fact, yes. You're not losing any sanity from reading this book because you can't read this book. You don't understand what this book is about. It's in Latin. From the pictures, you can get a vague suggestion that it's about something deeply unpleasant. But you do not understand the real importance of what this book is.
I close the book, I stand up and say, I've defeated it. It had no effect upon me. Rather unpleasant stuff, but I'll await your interpretation. And I walk out trying to maintain my dignity.
I'm going to say, give me a fast thought roll here for starting it out on that. Ah, yes, I totally read this ominous book, and it seems plausible.
I have to know, how long was he staring at the words per page?
I'm going to be honest with you. Probably 45 seconds a page.
Then I can't believe it, even with his fast talk.
Okay, yeah, no, you can believe that for a moment you're like, oh, yeah, and you're like, wait, hang on a second. He suddenly speed.
That's all he needed. All he needed was the hesitation he made. He's like, yeah, got him. I'm just gone. Back to cold breakfast.
Yes, and with that believable lie and his return to cold breakfast, I think that's where we're going to have to leave things for today.